Hey guys, thank you for joining me on their fight story. We have Perrin with us. Jay, how are you doing today?
I'm great. I got some food in my belly, so I'm fantastic.
How was this particular training for you?
Oh, it was a long camp. We had the first fight fall out for Cage Titans, so it was like an 8 week camp. Then we had this one show up, so we had about 16 weeks of camp now. So it's 4 months of me being on the mats and working my ass off. So it's good to finally get here and be ready to go to actually have a fight that I'm going to walk into tomorrow. So I feel great.
So, did you take any time between
No,
fights or training? No.
nope, not at all. Like, I think I took maybe a couple guys because I was in Massachusetts, obviously, so I wasn't training. But even then, I was still working out and staying in shape. But as soon as I got back to Las Vegas after the first fight fell out, I got right back to work.
Wow. And how did you feel when they gave you this particular fight?
I loved it. I love the fight. I love the matchup. I love what it's for. I've wanted to be in CES for years now. So the fact that my first fight is for the belt is pretty awesome. So I'm really excited. I'm in a wonderful place mentally and physically. I've worked really, really hard with some of the best people in the world. So I'm really excited to show what I can do tomorrow.
Yeah, I've noticed that you've changed in the sense that in your previous fights, your body language, your mentality, everything is just smooth for you now. Like everything
Mm.
is just natural. Is there anything that you changed? Anything that
I had a good measuring stick being out in Las Vegas. So like before, I'm a head case. If I'm totally honest with everybody, I think that what I mean. I think that we all have the nerves and we all doubt things about ourselves. And if we don't have like a proper measuring stick to see how good we actually are, it kind of leaves doubt in our minds. And I think that that's a thing that happened for me at least, is that I really wasn't sure how good I was until I moved to Las Vegas and I got to train with all of these great people, all of these wonderfully skilled and high level people, and how I fared against them. And I finally stopped doubting myself because I do just fine against all of them. And sometimes, I get the better of them, Um, so I finally found where I sit, like where I stack up and with some of the best in the world. And that really just changed my outlook on it. It was really like, look, I am really the best. I'm one of the best in the world, and I could be on any given day. So it's just, I feel like with that, I found the confidence in myself that I always wanted to find. And, I know how hard I work on top of that. It's not just that I'm good, it's that I work my ass off all the time. And on top of that, because of that, I've gotten so good that, I get people that are really high level top 10 guys in the world that seek me out for sparring, and they seek me. They want my work. You know what I mean? It's not the other way around. I'm not looking for them. They come into the gym and they're like, Jay, me and you are going to go because I want you to work with me. So I think with that, it was mostly like I finally figured out where I stand among my own division and among people that are regarded as elite. And I don't think that if I'm not there, I'm definitely not far off. So that really helped. That measuring stick really showed me who I am and how good I actually am at this.
where did this confidence come from? Because it didn't happen overnight.
No, it took a while, and it took a lot of isolation and a lot of inner searching while I was gone. Because when I was in Vegas, I was alone. Like I like up until recently, not that I don't have friends or like I didn't have friends, but I didn't really belong or felt like I did until maybe the last couple of months. And you know, uh, with all that soul searching I did was like, it really, really put into perspective who I am. And I guess I just regained something. I couldn't really put my finger on it, but something clicked inside me that I think I had at the beginning of my career, and doubt and, outside things kind of affected me in a way. And I finally just let that go. There's an old proverb, and I don't know where it comes from, but if you can control the inside, then there's no enemy outside of you that can do you any harm. And I'm okay with myself. I'm all right. I'm at peace with who I am and what I do and how hard I work. And so I think that I really just sat back and dug deep into myself and realized that there's nobody like me. There's nobody that's going to be like me. And from there, I just I stopped doubting myself, because every time that I do that is when I make mistakes. Every time that I trust myself, everything works out. And that's just been something throughout my life. Whenever I have really, really trusted myself to do the right thing or make the right decision, it's always come through the right way. And I think that I asked the universe for things, and it's finally answering me. And that makes me feel good, because everything that I wanted to happen in the last 6 months has happened. Absolutely has happened. I never thought I'd have a CES fight, but I just believed that I would be a world champion again. And here I am, So there's outside stuff, but there's also a lot of inner soul searching that I did while I've been gone, that really, really got me to where I am now.
So it wasn't so much isolation; it was reconnecting with yourself and finding yourself.
Yes, well, I was forced to do that though, because of the isolation, because I had to be okay with being myself, if that makes sense. I had to be okay with spending time with myself alone and really getting to know myself a little bit better. I think that other things when I lived back home, or just in general, distracted me from the things that I needed to address inside. And when I finally got to do that, because I was alone, I had nothing else to do. I had nothing else to do but really look at myself in the mirror and figure out who I am again. And I think that really helped. So I think everybody should take some time to be by themselves in some form or facet. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean do what I did and, go across the country and have nothing and nobody. But sometimes that's necessary. I really think that that was really good for me to do, because I put stock in so many things that I thought were important in shaping me, but weren't, and they weren't shaping me the way that I wanted them to. So I think that it was really, I sat down in the loneliness that I felt, and instead of being sad about it, I went a different direction. I decided that I'm not just going to sit here and be sad and alone. I'm going to be here and be productive in every facet that I can, not just in the gym, but outside of the gym, because we all know that this game is 80% mental. You can quit before you even get into the cage. You can lose before you can accept that. And I think that was really a big part of it, was that if I'm going to be in shape in the gym, there's one thing, but I need to be okay up here in order to be what I want to be. And so that's what I've really worked on that for a lot, you know what I mean? Like a long time now. So I think that's where it comes from. It's more like I really worked on getting to know myself and reconnecting with who I am, and just accepting that. And if the world doesn't accept it, then that's fine. All I have to do is accept me. So I think that that's really where it is. I just finally learned how to be myself, and good things will come from it.
Yeah, it's that's a great feeling when you can actually be be yourself and be happy and know who you are, and it doesn't really matter what the outside world thinks or says or anything, 'cause you're happy with who you are. And that's
Hmm.
not many people have that. They're always struggling, that battle where they think they have it, they don't have it. And they, whenever a situation arises, that's when you really
Hmm.
know if you got into that point. And you can tell, like the way you carry
I've
yourself.
I've been practicing gratefulness and being appreciative of where I am in my life. And even when things get, like, I'll give you an example. Even just yesterday, before I weighed in, the cut started to get a little bit hard at the end, and you start to panic. And instead of freaking out about it, I thought about all the things that I've accomplished and all of the things that I've been able to do in my life, not just in this sport, but just in my life. And I'm 28 years old, and I've accomplished some amazing things, and not, what I mean, that some people will never experience. And I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful that I was put in the position to do those things. When things get hard, I try and remember that, I'm grateful for who I am, and I'm grateful to be alive, and be able to have the skill and the talent. So I think that I really, really doubled down on being grateful for things, and being appreciative that I get to do what I love to do every day. I think I'm honest. I get to wake up every single day and do what I love to do for 10 hours a day some days. Like I get to go, I train for 3 hours in the morning, and then I'll go teach those things that I love to do all night. And like, how many people can really say that they do that? Am I a rich man? I'm not. I'm not a rich man. I don't have a ton of money. You know what I mean? But I get to live the one thing that I've wanted to do every single day. And And that makes me really, really appreciative of that, because I know that not a lot of people have that opportunity to do all of the things that they want to do with themselves. And so I think that practicing being grateful for who I am and where I am has really helped me along, because it keeps me from getting sad, and it keeps me from kicking myself while I'm down, because I've done a great many things in my life. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Is I'm just internally grateful for who I am and all the people I've met, and all the experiences I've been able to have in a very, very short life. So I've been really big on, at the end of my life, am I going to be proud of myself for what I've done and all I've accomplished? And I can say that as a man that I am. Will I be proud of the man that I was? And I am. And I can't say that I would do things differently now. Um, so yeah, I think that just being grateful for where you are in the current moment is a big thing. And for me, I'm in a place where I love what I do every day. I'm surrounded by people that care about me, from my coaches to my teammates to my manager. They all really, really care about me, and it's a position that I know that a lot of the world isn't in. And so I just try not to take that for granted, and work hard, and take advantage of what I have. And so I think that's kind of reflected in how I carry myself, because I'm just eternally grateful for everything that's going on in my life right now.
Yeah, Lionel Young says, "Be violent, brother. Get that strap."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Congratulations on your last win, brother.
Now, these last couple days, I've been watching you, following. Well, I haven't watched you because you haven't been around, but I've been following you on Facebook and Instagram, and you've been training like nonstop. Don't,
I don't 6 days a week, baby.
but even with a fight coming up, you don't
Mm.
easy. You don't just.
I don't get tired, Evie. Like I said,
That's just me.
I just don't get tired. Yeah, there's some days where I let my foot off the gas a little bit, but
Yeah.
again, like I said, I love what I do. You know what I mean? Like I truly love what we get to do every day, and that might make me a little bit crazy, a little dysfunctional, but like I said, I'm grateful to be able to do what I love every day, and for me to not take advantage of the absolute legends that I stand around every day. I walk among giants all the time. You know what I mean? Like, and it's I try to make it. It's become so normal for me to be around these types of people that I try and make it so it's not like mundane. Like I'm
Mhm.
just overlooking it. I get Frank Mir that teaches me grappling. You know what I mean? When I was 14 years old, Frank Mir was he's a god of MMA. You know what I mean? I got Mike Pyle and people that I looked up to as a kid, thinking I'd never meet these people. And so it's hard for me to get away from the gym, because I'm just absorbing as much knowledge as I can, because who knows when this could end? This could end for me in 4 months, it could end tomorrow. You know what I mean? It could, you know what I mean? I never know when I'm not going to get this again. So, um, it would be a disservice and to myself and to the people that are trying to teach me, and that believe in me, to not be there as much as I can. Now, do I need a break every once in a while? Yeah. And after this fight, if nothing gets called, then I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to have my ice cream, I'm going to sit in my robe at home, and I'm going to enjoy it. But I'll get right back to it, because I genuinely adore everything that I do. I have sparring every other day. I love drilling. I love chilling with my teammates. You know what I mean? And it's just, when you have a real passion about something, it's never work. It's never, you'll in the gym, you'll catch me smiling the whole time. There's never a day, unless I'm like really, really cutting weight, where I'm not laughing and I'm not having a great time. So yeah, I'm there 6 days a week. On the seventh one, I take a day off, just because my body's telling me, hey man, slow down. But again, if you really love something, it'll never consider it work. And I don't consider what I do work. I consider it, my passion. And if you really, really love something, then you're not gonna just, skip a day because you want to. You never want to skip a day. So that's why I work so much. It's just because, why not? I'm here anyway. I love to do it. It makes me happy. So there's no reason for me to avoid it in any regard.
Now, how was weigh-in City for you?
The whole cut went great. Last 2 pounds gave me a little bit of trouble, but I weighed in. And I got to weight, the contractually agreed weight. I got some criticism for what I weighed in at, and that's fine. You know what I mean? But there are people that are, I don't want to say jealous. I don't want to say jealous because that's not fair. But there are people that are not in my position that have a grudge against me that are saying things that are just they have no information behind it. So like, I got, it's good. Otherwise I got received really well by CES. Everybody was really cool. Outside noise is outside noise. Um, but otherwise, I'm in a great place mentally. I'm gonna go take a fucking belt home tomorrow. It's gonna be great. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna put on a show. I'm sure the kid's gonna be tough. He's gonna challenge me, but I just don't see where I'm gonna lose here. I just don't see losing here. So everything was great today. I'm very, very happy with what happened, and I made weight. You want to look through the contract and see what the weight was, and that's fine. You can go ahead and do that. But I did it. I did my job today, so um, I feel good.
You look good. You're acting like nothing. Like it's just a day in the park. Let's just take a walk down
It
the park.
is. This is what we do. I get nervous. I'm nervous, obviously. If you don't have nerves in this sport, at least a little bit, then you don't take it seriously enough. But it's how you handle the nerves that matters most, I would imagine. So for me, I embrace the fear that I feel because it keeps you sharp. If you're not afraid, your senses are sharper. So embrace the fear that you feel and let it keep you sharp and on your toes. Just go in there and do what you love to do. I get to do this every day. What's the difference? My shirt's off. There's a few hundred people in the room, but am I going to face them? No. The only objective I have is the guy that stands across from me, and what we have to handle inside 25 minutes. So I'm gonna have a blast tomorrow. I did the hard part. The hard part's over. So now I get to go in there and genuinely do what I love, not only just in front of people that I know, but people all over the country, all over the world, even because it's on Fight Pass. It's on a streaming site that everybody will get to see what I'm good at. And I couldn't be more grateful, and I couldn't be more appreciative, and I couldn't be more excited to do that because I've wanted that for so long. So there's no reason for me to feel overly pressured or anything because I love to do it. Like some people consider 25 minutes a long time. I consider I only get 25 minutes to show you guys what I want to do. That's what I mean. And so yeah, I'm nervous. I get nervous because it's not even I'm afraid because I've been punched in the face 1,000 times. It's nothing new. Um, it's I want to do well, and those are the nerves that I kind of embrace. And um, when I get in there, I'll get to be able to do it. I'll probably be zoned in, just like in the tunnel. I'll be a nervous wreck, just like anything else. But there's no reason to put overabundance of pressure on yourself for no reason. It doesn't work out well for
Do you prefer a finish or to leave it to the judges?
anybody. Never the judges. I'd never wanted to listen. If you look at my record, listen. Again, he's a tough guy. All guys are tough. They're all tough. Every person is tough that fights that gets in there. And when people say, "Well, finish," it's like, bro, come on, man. It's not as simple as that all the time. You know what I mean? It's not. You can't just. You're just gonna sit here and walk through people. That's not how it works. Sometimes you can't get to finish. And I'm okay with that. A win is a win is a win. Would I prefer to knock him out in the first round and get out, get my check and my belt, and get out? Absolutely. But I'm not going to put the pressure on myself to look for that the whole time and then look for something overly specific and then fuck up the rest of my game because I want to impress, Joe Schmo who's from South Shore who thinks that I'm not as good as, his fucking buddy. I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't care. Win's a win's a win. I'm a world champion if you're on the sideline and I'll get the win however I need to. You know what I mean? And I'm in a division that's the most stacked division in the world. I 135 is probably the most dangerous weight class in the world, and you're not just going to finish everybody. That's how it is. I get it. I think that I'm perfectly capable of finishing this man. But yeah, it goes to the judges. I don't want to. I'm the king of the split decision. You know what I mean? Like if you look at my record, most of my losses are splits that I should have won. But, you know what I mean? That it is what it is. I'll find the finish. I think that I'm going to find it inside 3 rounds. And I just think that who I am mentally has grown. I'm not swinging just to swing now. I'm not swinging just to hit you, swinging to set stuff up, swinging to get you to go certain places. I'm thinking. now. I'm actively thinking during a fight, and um, like I said, that measuring stick I had, this guy's not as good as top 10 135ers in the world. And I just got to say that I've been doing just fine against the number one guy, the number 8 guy, you name it. There's no, like I've said 1,000 times, there's no one person that's just going to whoop my ass. Nobody's just going to whoop my ass on just my best day. So I'll get the finish if it comes. If it doesn't, then I'm going to make it 5 rounds of an ass whooping. But either way, I'm going to make it completely known that there's levels to this, and it's up to me to just display it. And if I put that on myself, I pride myself on my work, and I'm going to go in there and do my job. That's just the end of it. This is my job. I'm going to go do it. He's a nice guy. I don't have nothing against my opponent at all. And normally I'm the first person to talk shit, but he's a nice guy, but I have a job to do. So, and that's what I'm going to go do, and take your money. I'm going to take your belt, and I'm going to go home. And then on to the next one. Whatever happens next, happens next. But I'm really focused on what's in front of me right now. And it's this guy. And if I can finish him, I will. But if not, you know what I mean? What can you do?
You eat cheesecake
Huh?
You can have
Say that
cheesecake
again?
after.
Oh. Oh goodness. I can't wait. There's a Cheesecake Factory near me, I think. Back home, I think there's one in Vegas, and I'm gonna tear that one apart. Oh man. I'm gonna ask for a sponsorship, honestly. If I can get a big piece of cheesecake on my shorts
Yeah.
at some point, I'm gonna do that. Absolutely. Can't wait. Nice little one with strawberry, just classic. It's plain, it's simple, it's fantastic.
That's awesome. I know you have a lot going on. You need to rest, get ready for tomorrow.
Mm.
Is there anything that you would like to say before we conclude?
I'm really, like I said, I'm really grateful for everybody that is coming to the fight. We sold a ton of tickets, even for me being in Las Vegas, and so the support for me here in New England has always been crazy. And as much as I have people that don't like me, I have even more people that love me, who know me for who I am. So I just want to say, thank you to everybody that is constantly, messaging me and reassuring me and supporting me and telling me they believe in me, because it means a lot to me, and I carry you guys all in there with me. Thank you to my manager Lance, who's the best manager in the world. All my teammates, past and present, and even some of my friendships and my foes, even my enemies that I don't like. You guys all give me a reason to wake up and keep going, and I love you all for that. So tomorrow, let's best believe the main event and the co-main event are going to be wild. So I can't wait to get in there. It's almost a year, almost 2 years now that I haven't been able to fight, and that's another big thing that I'm really, really grateful that I get to go do this one more time again, because I never knew if it was going to come back. So I plan on going in there and giving you guys what you guys deserve. So strap in, because tomorrow's going to be fucking wild. Can't wait.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Have a great night and
Thank you. I'll see you later, Iggy.
take care.